Let the gaslighting continue from Ubisoft. These people really do not respect gamers whatsoever. They don't respect the Japanese whatsoever. They made it completely clear that they're happy to just lie for their little cynical promotion that they keep doing for this woke activist game masquerading as an Assassin's Creed. And people are really not going to have this. I'm just like, I just get agitated every single time I see anything coming out of Ubisoft at this point. They just can't apologize. I mean, they did their little half apology, but it's a double down. They're going to continue with this woke game. They are not going to respect Japanese culture as much as they say they're going to. They can keep saying it's authentic as possible, but all the truth indicates everything else. Please, geez. Just don't buy this game when it comes out. My name is John Delarose, everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us as we call out these evil corporations against what they're doing with the culture. I appreciate everybody who's been here. We're getting very, very close to 30,000 subscribers, all thanks to viewers like you. I can't believe how fast the channel's grown. It's been amazing. And I do have alternative culture as well as a Kickstarter. I've got a graphic novel available right now. We're getting very close to $27,000 on our Hidden Emperor campaign. This is excellent, fun sci-fi like they used to make, and you'll really enjoy this. I appreciate everybody who supports the channel and supports our artistic efforts. Of course, this is all about getting the word out, and that link's in the description below if you want to back us. Thanks again for everybody who's done so. All right, so Assassin's Creed, back to it. It's been crazy. The lead producer, Carl Oni, doubled down on Ubisoft's previous claim that the game is committed to historical accuracy, despite being trashed by gamers for its lack of historical accuracy. It's really funny because their little half apology that came out a couple weeks ago was quite the opposite of this. They've tried to shift the narrative for a bit, saying, "Oh, this is historical fiction. We don't actually care about accuracy. It's just a fun game. Like, you shouldn't actually think about it on that." But they've been marketing it as something historically accurate for this period in Japan for a long, long time. And they've been called out just on their laziness, mainly surrounding the fact that the Black Samurai never existed. And this is too big of a thing to sweep under the rug. You can't come back from this. You can't have gameplay footage of this black dude waving around a sword to hip-hop music, lobbing off Asian men's heads, and then saying, "Oh yeah, we're being historically accurate. We care about Japan." I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Gamers, including Japanese gamers, have made it abundantly clear Ubisoft has not committed to historical accuracy when it comes to the game. Thousands of Japanese players have signed a petition calling on Ubisoft to shut the game down that have accused Ubisoft of insulting Japanese culture and history, which they claim can lead to racism in Asia. Stop Asian hate, Ubisoft. Jeez, they're at 103,000 signatures now. Wow, that's a big deal. So the petition says, recently the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem from game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is based on the samurai of Japan, ignoring the fact that the samurai is the upper class of samurai class and should be my family or a person who serves you. In fact, William Adams, the first European to receive the title of samurai, was the one who served Tokugawa Ieyasu as the flag book for 250. I don't even know. That's a mistranslation. It then declares, in such history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the essence of the role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history, can lead to racism in Asia. Then calls Ubisoft to stop developing the game. They say, we call on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows, show sincere research and respect to Japanese history and culture. Now, when they talk about this whole deal, they say the big problem is, of course, to distort history in Japan from Yasuke, who's not an actual samurai. And I've mentioned this statement before, which they talk about, which here it is, our esteemed Japanese community. A message from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support for Assassin's Creed and all that. For many of our team, creating Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan has been a long, cherished dream. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadows, we have received many positive reactions, but some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. We share your passion for history and deeply respect and care for your historical and cultural integrity and your rich heritage. We would like to address a few points, and here it is. We have put significant effort into assuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. However, our intention has never been to present any of our Assassin's Creed games, including AC Shadows, as factual representations of history or historical characters. We aim to spark curiosity, encourage players to explore and learn more about historical settings. So they're saying that they aren't actually going to do that. They're not going to respect the history. They're going to continue forward with this fake history, all because they want to force this diversity out there on everybody, from Japanese people to American people to European people. It's all about making sure that the black man is the lead in everything. And this is across culture. I was taking some heat on my comic review channel because they changed the character of Black Cat from the Spider-Man books to now be a black woman, where she was a white woman before with white hair. And it's insane that they're doing this stuff. And I actually got pushback from people saying, "Oh, I don't even care if they do this as long as it's a good written story." I mean, you can't have a good written story when you're doing this kind of replacement, where you've got this kind of anti-white racism going on across culture, from video games to comics to movies to TV. There is a concerted effort to erase everybody and just put black people in its place. And by the way, I'm talking about it in the context of white people with comic books, but it's happening with Asians. Asians pretty much are now like honorary white people as far as the woke are concerned. And Asians are to be discriminated against like white people. We've seen it with colleges where it used to be, the affirmative action, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? In those situations, Asians get discriminated against now too, because Asians do too well on test scores and get into college and do very well. It's almost a stereotype. It is. And guess what? They want it to go away. They want the black people in there. So they have to make these strange new rules to evade that, to force that into everything into our society. And that's why we cover this kind of thing. It's actually very important. It is the erasure of Asian culture, the erasure of white culture that's being done very, very intentionally. And for what reason? Wokeism. So their new interview with Games Industry, the designer says, "We're trying to create a game that's as authentic as possible, something we take pride in." Now, this is after they released their statement that said that they don't care about authenticity. It's about fantasy. So, which is it, Ubisoft? This is one message one week to the next, which is just a complete lie. And that's the problem when you delve into this woke nonsense, the DEI, the ESG. It's all about lies all the time. They don't actually care about anything that they're doing. They don't actually care about good gameplay, fun gameplay, entertaining people. They don't care about historical accuracy, doing honor to the Japanese people. It's just about their DEI agenda all the time. And so they have to circumvent any real talk about this by just going in circles with their own illogical nonsense rather. And that's exactly what's happening here. He continued, "It's also a very long process. When we build a Japanese house from feudal Japan," you mean the Chinese building that is in the background of it's very different from, say, a French medieval house or an English one. So you have to learn as artists where things go inside a feudal Japanese house. Maybe food doesn't go there. You get everything you need to know and learn from it, and the process is long. Except for they're claiming they're not going to change anything about it. Later in the interview, he explained they went on site to conduct their research. It's not feudal Japan, obviously, but it's good to go on site, because it's only then we realize it's very different than we think it is. It is very interesting because when the team went there, one of the things that jumped out was the forests and how they are. We had to make some forests based on Greece landscape for Odyssey. But when we went, we noticed it was very different from what we'd done. We had to change it. You don't necessarily find that stuff when you're doing historical research. These are some small things, but very important because you get a better sense of dimensions of building, culture, monuments, and shrines as they are standing today. It's important to represent all of that correctly. Obviously, when we make a game, we're trying to appeal to a global audience, he says. Since we are making a game in Japan, we do hope to appeal to more than Japanese players, so it's very important that we try to be authentic as possible. We come from a humble position of we don't know anything and we need to learn everything from scratch. We're making sure we respect things because that's something very important to Japanese people, as it is in many other countries. When you come in, you don't want to come in as if you know everything. We want to build something that when they see and play it, they will recognize as their own country. Well, they can't recognize anything as their own history here because it's all fake and it's all gay. And it's gay. It really is, because they are putting LGBTQ romances into this stuff too. It's all an Americanized woke agenda, and it's total bastardization of Japanese history. It is something that's been called out over and over again. Everything that they base this on is a complete lie. And Ubisoft is really going to pay the piper when this all comes out and the gamers reject this, which is totally going to happen. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out my Hidden Emperor on Kickstarter. Thank you guys for support so far. We'll be back soon.